What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Double Dribble and another episode of our 2022 NBA Draft Player Breakdown series. In today's video, we got a great video and a great breakdown of Walker Kessler. For those of you that don't know, and a little background on Walker Kessler, he was a sophomore at Auburn this year. He's a 7'1", 245-pound center. He transferred from UNC to Auburn after his freshman year. His hometown is Noonan, Georgia, and he's from Woodward Academy. In his freshman year at UNC, he didn't produce the best and didn't have the greatest season. He averaged 4.4 points per game, 3.2 rebounds, 0.3 assists, and 0.9 blocks per game. He only played 8.8 minutes per game in that year with UNC. And then he transfers to Auburn and has a great year and kind of a breakout year. Proved his dominance on the defense side of the ball. He had 11.4 points per game, 8.1 rebounds, 0.9 assists, but the biggest thing is he averaged 1.1 steals per game and then 4.6 blocks per game. He shot 60.8% from the field, 70% from the two-point line, or from two-pointers, and he shot 20% on 1.5 attempted threes per game. And then he did only shoot 59.6% from the free throw line, and 53% his freshman at UNC. So he doesn't have a great free throw percentage in his 2 years in college. He's a player that could be a great defensive player at the NBA. There are some questions about his offense side of the ball, but let's go ahead and look at some of his strengths. So Walker Kessler, I think, has the ability to be one of the best defensive big men in the NBA, given a season or two to adjust to it and everything like that. But he is an elite shot blocker and shot disruptor inside the paint. He averaged 4.6 blocks per game in college in 25 minutes per game. So he knows how to block shots, but also he knows how to disrupt shots. Along with that, he does have some pretty nimble feet for a 7-footer. He moves pretty well. He's not just a statue in the paint. And has shown the ability to step out and defend in the pick and roll situations, and then able to recover back to his man. I wouldn't say he can stay with guards the best, but he has shown the ability to really use his length and keep guards in front of him for the most part. Obviously, as a 7'1", 245-pound guy, it's going to be hard to get switched on to a point guard or a shooting guard, something like that, and really keep him in front. But he has shown his kind of nimble feet and his agility at that size, where if he does get switched on to someone, it's not an automatic bucket. You keep him in front, use his length to make him shoot a tough shot, and really excel at that. With his ability to block shots, he also has shown the ability to not really pick up a whole lot of fouls. He does a really good job of staying vertical instead of just swiping down with the ball. If he can't block the shots, off the glass, he knows when to stay vertical and when to go for that block shot. And I think that's a skill of a shot blocker that is extremely hard to teach, and is one that is extremely underrated. Who cares if you can block shots, but you're always in foul trouble and aren't able to stay on the floor. He's the type of player that can protect the paint and block shots and disrupt layups and floaters and such, but also not get into foul trouble and be able to stay on the floor and stay in the game. He's also a really good rebounder. He rebounds with two hands routinely. He finishes around the rim with dunks for the most part. He knows how to put himself into good positions to get offensive rebounds and putbacks. He also is a threat in the lob game. Being 7'1" and being pretty agile for that size, you can kind of just throw the ball up to him and he can go up and get it and finish with a dunk, or come down and then finish it. So he excels in the pick and roll game and kind of being that lob threat, on the offensive side of the ball. But the defensive side of the ball, he is a paint protector, a rim protector, whatever you want to call it. He's a shot blocker. Everything that comes with being 7'1", he does that extremely well. So Walker Kessler doesn't have a whole lot of weaknesses on the defensive side of the ball. I guess one of the things they could continue to improve on and get better at is the ability to switch on to guards, keep them in front, and just use his length and make them take tough shots. In the NBA, they love to just run pick and rolls and get the big guy switched on to a guard and kind of play that big guy off the floor. So he needs to just continue to work on that, work on his agility, and moving his feet and staying with guards if he does get switched on him, in a pick and roll situation. or something like that. But his weaknesses, a lot of them come on the offensive side of the ball. So for him, he doesn't really shoot the ball a whole lot. He hasn't shown much of a jump shot from outside. He did shoot 1.5 3-pointers per game with Auburn, but he shot it at a measly 20%. Along with that, he is a career 55% free throw shooter. His freshman year at UNC, he shot 53.7, and his sophomore year at Auburn, he shot 59.6. So a career barely over 50% free throw shooter. He doesn't show a whole lot for an upside of being able to develop a three-point shot. A lot of people are saying that maybe it'll improve with reps and being able to shoot more attempts. But all the signs are pointing towards him not panning out to be a great jump shooter. So he's going to have to do most of his work in the low post at the NBA. Along with that, he doesn't really secure the ball very well when posting up. He's really prone to having it knocked away and resulting in turnovers. When he gets rebounds or offensive rebounds, he sometimes brings it down or just isn't super strong with the ball, leading to getting poked away from guards and turning into turnovers. If he dribbles the ball at any point, which sometimes he likes to do, trying to do too much, he gets it knocked away as well. So really, he just needs to improve on his hands, being strong with the ball and secure with the ball, so he doesn't have silly turnovers and get the ball knocked out of his hands all the time. And then along with that, maybe improving on his ability to pass out the post and find open teammates. He's going to probably get doubled or have a lot of people running digs at him. So being able to make the right read and kick the ball to the open player, the open shooter, is something that will be extremely vital for him at the NBA level. So in conclusion, Walker Kessler is the type of player that I think will be able to translate his game to the NBA pretty well. He's an elite level shot blocker. He has the ability to play physically without fouling, but also use that verticality when he can't block the shot. He's a good rebounder, not a great rebounder, needs to take care of the ball more, especially when he gets offensive rebounds and going up for putbacks. Playing against stronger players at NBA, he needs to be a little bit stronger with the ball. It has been seen that he wants to expand his game and be able to shoot threes. He doesn't have the best kind of mechanic shooting and hasn't shot the ball well from three or from the free throw line. So I think he's going to have to be more of a post-up offensive rebound, lob threat player on the offensive side of the floor. I think he'll really excel if he gets with the player that is able to kind of create offensive for him, whether it be in the pick and roll, a dump pass, lobs, things like that. I think that he can really excel in that position, and if he has a player that really benefits him by creating open looks for him and creating easy points for him. But if he can develop his shot and his offensive side of the ball, I think he could be a huge steal of the draft. Right now he's projected to be kind of a late first round pick. And like I said, if he can develop his three-point shot and his offense side of the ball, he could be a steal. And maybe as workouts go on and the combine, maybe he will sneak up in draft boards. But I want to hear all your guys' thoughts on Walker Kessler. Leave all of those in the comment section down below. Like always, make sure you like the video, hit the subscribe button, join the channel, share this video with your friend, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.